Man, this is interesting stuff here. Today's been a pretty interesting day. Just seeing all the different eyes and stuff in the skies here. Gonna go through a couple things. Maybe do some live mirroring on here. A bunch of different beings showing up today. And actually, we're gonna go through some of those pictures now. Actually, I have a bunch of those from earlier, including this one. This one, I don't know what this thing was, but it was going straight up and down. It was definitely not normal. This thing was, I think I zoomed in on it a little bit, so that way you can kind of see it in here. And they been making a bunch of different spiral designs going 90 degrees. You don't ever see stuff going 90 degrees like this. I mean, if it's going 90 degrees like this is definitely not a plane. Some people want to say this is a plane going off. I mean, this is almost looks like a rocket went off. It's going 90 degrees. Look at this thing. Just insane. So maybe we'll look at that. Then the moon was doing some weird stuff today too. Now I don't know if I've ever seen a moon, guys, that's actually is moving in different locations. It's not necessarily like it was going. Didn't it seem like it was going backwards today, Kathy? Like it wasn't going in its normal direction.
It was going east and let's see, southwest. It was going front and back, to the front of the road and back, so the other way, which I found strange. It was moving during the day.
Yeah,
like it would go towards the road and then come back towards your place.
Right. Maybe we'll do some live mirroring on here. We got a bunch of different things to look at. Yeah, they like to hide in plain sight with this, and a lot of people will say that this is something man-made. So they're like, how is it so detailed? You're mirroring it. Well, mirroring is just verifying what everybody is seeing. Mirroring it just verifies what everybody is seeing, since we are all seeing certain things. Since we're all seeing something different, the mirroring just meets them halfway. But I think people are seeing them specifically without the mirroring here. And we're going to go through some of these here. And don't mind me screenshotting these if I'm just actually going through some. So here was a picture earlier today when I was walking outside around noon, and a break in the clouds. Now, normally you can see something like this. I mean, there's an eyeball here in the middle of the screen. Let me see here if I can roll it. So you have one here, but it's you got some really interesting stuff going on with all these different patterns, and they like to kind of hide in plain sight. So to the normal eye, this just looks like a break in the clouds to most people. They're not necessarily seeing anything. But here's what makes this interesting: is once you get to the point of mirroring. Nah. Hold on a second here. It's a cat fight outside. Okay. Yeah, now you have a full pronounced face. I mean, these guys are just huge, man. You have eyes. I mean, there's multiple faces in here. I tried to enhance this a little bit and really bring this out. And as you can see at the bottom here, there's stuff coming in from here. Oh, from here. Let's change this color here. There's stuff coming in from here and here. Here as well. I mean, there's multiple beings making up this one shot. And I think that's how they come in layered like this. So this is exactly what we think this is. The high density sentient beings unifying themselves as one, overlaying themselves as one consciousness. Very high detail. I just love the fact they come in like this here. So let me and as you can see, here's the non-mirrored, and here is the mirrored. The first mirrored. Now sometimes you have to adjust it a little bit, and as you adjust this mirroring, so we're just mirroring one spot now. Now it opens up and turns into a whole other picture. It's a whole other being in here almost. If we zoom in on here, you can see the eyes, just faces here. It really brings out a dynamic of how many beings are actually in our skies right now and what what they actually are. It's the wild part. I think there's all types of cat beings in here, insectoids. Everything they pretty much told us is in here. Another one. I think there's like 10 of them in here. There's the little guy at the bottom here. It gets interesting. This is all from one shot too. So this is still on that same original shot. We're just mirroring it over a little bit to the right now and adjusting it. And here's another one. Now when I made the face slimmer, now you can really see him, and he has huge eyes. And it's another being inside of him. That's inside of this. So if I circle this, hold on here. If I circle this like this, or let me point this. We got this thing here. This thing doesn't want to do this here. This here. Then you have this overall being in here. Okay. You have one here. You have one here. You have one here. You have one in the tree line. So it's pretty much there. This is just showing that they're pretty much in everything. But when you mirror it, it goes all the way down even to the grass level, even in the ground. So that's telling me that they're etherically in everything. So the mirroring is we're just seeing that slice of the pie where you're pointing your camera at to mirror, which makes this quite fascinating. Okay, going back to another one here. So it's the same picture. Different being, same picture. I want to turn this upside down, actually. Oh, man, there's a couple of them in here. Now, if I turn this upside down, which I'm about to do that right now, actually. Okay, here we go. Now it looks different, and now we're going to enhance this more. We're going to bring this out a little bit so you can see them. There's a whole face right here. Kind of huge, too. Looks like one of those stone Olmecs type of faces. It just it amazes me how many different beings is above us and how many people are unaware of this. It's like literally we're living in two different realities right now. And they're everywhere. It makes me question too, how much of this is us doing stuff and how much is the actual galactics and these metaterrestrials, because they're in everything. And are the clouds flying over us actually ships disguising themselves as clouds? Because all the time when they fly over, it's usually in a cluster or one big massive cloud. It's like, it looks like a ship. I mean, these things are massive. You have a being down here with bug eyes here. And these imprints of these faces, man, I'm telling you, you can't, I mean, this is no denying what this is. Okay, so we're gonna actually we're gonna go through and we'll probably do some mirroring here. And if people have, I'm gonna show you guys how to mirror so people can learn themselves how to do this. Because I mean, anybody can pick up their camera right now and go outside, take a picture. It matters on what you're taking a picture of, but not everything that you're taking a picture of can do this, even though it might seem like that. And some people might mark this as pareidolia, but it's not pareidolia. I assure you. That's the term that they like to give such star seeds that are activated seeing this. So that way they can write off of what they're seeing, because this hasn't happened, at least in our modern history. Maybe back in the day for the natives. But yeah, us seeing beings in the clouds, and I don't even think we've even gotten to us. We don't know anybody alive who's ever been to 5D ascended. Nobody on this planet. So everybody's a virgin going into this higher frequency. We don't know what's going to happen. So the fact that we are seeing beings right now gives credence to all these people that were channeling this information and all the information that's out there now about this higher density consciousness, being able to see merging of the spirit realm and the ET realm, and having this neutrality with oneself, seeing orbs, seeing light ships, spirits, metaterrestrial beings which defy time. Time doesn't exist for them. So hence why when you're outside and you're looking at them, they're looking at you and they're always in the right location. It's because time necessarily doesn't exist. So they can pop
Look
up
at the
in any
man on
location
the
they need.
very top.
What'd you say?
The very, very, very top. Look at that man's face.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
In black.
You're talking
Yep.
about right. Hold on here. So if we break this down,
Tip
you're
top.
talking about right here. Right here? Or this one?
No, to the left at the very, very top.
You see this thing here with the horns?
Yeah, him.
There's a being with what looks like he's got horns, but actually what those things are on top of his head is another being's eyes. It's actually an insectoid. So you have a being coming in, but there's another being merging on the top of him, which actually makes it look like he has horns. But he's literally his eyebrows, and there's another being inside of him. There's an insectoid being sitting inside of him, and I think this is it kind of looks like a cat right here. Kind of does.
Yep.
Yeah, this is interesting. Man, this is this is wild, guys. I mean, I would say, like, as much as we don't know what's actually watching us right now, what's actually doing stuff with this weather, how is a coincidence where certain people get cloud cover, certain people get certain weather anomalies happening. I don't think it's a coincidence. There's a higher sentient power here that's present, and they're everywhere. This is definitely not a coincidence. It's like oh, we reached 600 videos today. So I have 600 videos of this, which is a milestone. But it seems like each milestone, as I'm making these videos, they keep defining themselves more. It's like the veil gets lifted even more. And now others are able to mirror, which is awesome. And we're seeing different styles of mirroring. So everybody has their own unique guides with them that bring their own unique style. So it's very, very fascinating with that. I'm very interested to see what other people's mirroring is going to look like, and abilities and different things. And if you guys have any pictures of different things that you want me to mirror, just DM them to me, And might do a live mirroring on them with those pictures.
Why don't you
Oh,
play the video you just made, your last one with that music?
oh, the one with yeah, that one's wild. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll actually get that done. Let me while we're going through these. Now you see this thing. Jeez, man, they're so huge in here. Yeah, that one with the music. Oh wow, this one I haven't looked at, but when I made it really quickly, and you can kind of see there's two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, let me point them out here. Oh, see, Telegram keeps wanting me to do this. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you have an overall 7, 8. There's like at least 10 or 11 beings in this. And then there's a giant, looks like a giant cat. That's the overall being. But then you have a guy wearing a helmet. Then if you zoom in, it gets even more complicated. And this is all one picture. So you can imagine. So what they're doing, what I believe they're doing is these beings are layering themselves. There's so many beings working together, and they're in higher frequencies and densities, and they're layering themselves in different directions. So when we're looking at it with our eye, we're seeing a cluster F of different beings, but we're seeing something nonetheless. Some people are seeing dragons, some people are seeing fairies, some people are seeing eyeballs, but nevertheless, you're seeing something from the point of angle that you're seeing it in. No matter what direction you're seeing it in, you're seeing one of these beings. So mirroring it just verifies what we're actually seeing here. And yeah, we're gonna get into that video. Actually, let's do that. Get into this video here. This is remarkable, man. I every time I make one of these videos, guys, it's like it's always the original picture I post first.
Things are about to get interesting.
And then it gets crazy.
Welcome to our new reality.
So you have.
It's time to see the divine crew behind the curtain 601.
And we'll break down these pictures after this. Okay. Now breaking down this thing, man, I mean, you can kind of see, most of you guys probably see stuff like this all the time. And not even know what's there. And notice all the cloud types. Look what we're looking at here. There's clouds going to the left. You have different stretchy clouds. You have this one thing here. You have this one accent, looks like a 2 in the middle. You can kind of see the eyeball right there. I mean, as looking at it straight up, without the mirroring, you can see him right there. He's looking, and you can see half of him already. So, if you're in a state where you like this was in Colorado when I took this photo. So when you have a little bit more sky to work with, that's the best canvas I found to actually see them. But they're pretty much in everything. So if you really look hard enough, you'll see them in everything that you, anything around you, your skin, your bed sheets, your walls, anything the light can really touch. These metaterrestrial beings are there. And as we enhance it a little bit more, which I'm going to actually zoom in here, you can notice the features here. Now you can kind of see a 2. Actually, I see a 2 there. It looks like a 2 here. This is also another feature here, how they'll show stuff. Well, they'll show you like a 2 and a 3. maybe even a 1, 1, 1. Sometimes they'll do stuff like that. You can see the 3 there. You can see a 2. Might be a 1, 1, 1. You can see. You can actually count. Some of them might call this a 1, 1, 1, 1 scenario, like that. and that's the presence of ascended masters when you see that, which is also fascinating. And then going into the mirroring, now we verify. Okay, there is something here. It's actually completing a face. And not only is it doing it in the sky, y'all, it's actually doing it down here too. I mean, it's in the grass. It's like a straight line. So they're literally covering everything. When we're mirroring it, we're just taking that one part of the picture and going down. Probably in every part of this picture, we could find something. But showing up in the grass, showing up right here, in the center of the grass, and there's this weird shaped thing that's showing up here that wasn't there before. And then you have what's in the sky, what's visible. Another one. Same picture. Now we're just mirroring it a little bit to, I think I moved this to the right a little bit. I closed it in a little bit. Now, when you do mirror some of these photos, some of them you might have to take it across the whole picture just to complete something, because some of them are spread out throughout this whole canvas so well that you might have to go across the whole picture, and it might be tiny at first, but you have to kind of know what to look for, because they're not necessarily in every cloud, but I almost would say that every cloud is pretty much them, but they don't have to manifest in every one. They have control and access to move around pretty much throughout the Earth grid. It's pretty remarkable how fast they can react to this and how they can just show up out of nowhere. Here's another one. Now he has pronounced eyebrows. Almost looks like he has a beak, really. The eyes get me every time with this. So this is how you'll know. Oh, here too. So now you have this here. You have a being with a big owl eyes. He looks like an owl. And you have another one stacked on top of him. And then it looks like there's a little guy at the bottom. It looks like a dragon. I don't know. It kind of looks like a dragon or an owl. But this being has big eyelashes and eyes. Coming in on this, just mirroring it. So this is mirroring it from left to right, and then I just flip the picture upside down, because this is sometimes how they come in. Like I said, they're coming in each direction, not just up and down, but looking at us upside down or looking at us from left to right, and they're overlaid. If you can look at it like a Jenga tower, how you're just putting Jenga tablets, laying them on each direction, and they're laying on top of each other. Think of it like that, a multidimensional structure that is overlaid with different sentient beings, and that's how they use their cloaking technology. But our technology of mirroring meets them halfway, so we can kind of identify the different beings that's present, and they'll be happy to show us once we do that. That's why it's always some pretty grand faces once you start seeing them. Now, there is some kind of energetic veil I'm noticing with this, where some people will start mirroring and it'll come out fuzzy. And I believe that's a process for, that could be a sign that they want you to get practice more on just being within yourself, trusting yourself more, and then doing the process of finding them and mirroring, using your discernment. That's a self-mastery within itself. But if you're coming out the gate, mirroring them and seeing them really defined, then you've activated and crossed some boundaries that are really good. That means you're on pace. And there's some that won't see them right away. That's okay. This is obviously something that's not meant for everyone to see, because that's why the whole world doesn't know this actually exists right now. I mean, there's a huge portion of people that don't know this. But there's a lot of you guys that do. And the ones that do were meant to know. That's why they come and show that they're around you. That's why they make themselves present. That's why you have this knowingness. It's called an activation or a clairvoyance, claircognizance. knowingness of something that's there. It's talking to you. They are talking to you. It's like, you know, something's there. You don't know what it is, but you feel something's there. So you take a picture. That's that kind of feeling. And I believe that's some kind of telepathic, telekinetic connection that is forcing you to want to investigate and figure out what this is. Hence why there's very few people doing that, but there's people doing that because that's what they're doing with certain individuals. Which is a hard thing to think about because, you know, when I was around this time trying to actually figure this out, everybody I was around literally thought I was cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I was the cloud guy looking for aliens. And it's hard to try to actually continue to do this kind of work when you don't have any support from your family, or from anybody else who knows what the hell this is. I mean, I went to several people in the disclosure and UFO communities that had no idea what the hell this is. So we're dealing with something that nobody's really seen before or interacted with ever. And trying to prove that it's real. But the thing how we prove it is they're talking to us all the time, showing us synchronicity, showing us numbers, showing up at times where we think that they're showing up, and at times where we don't think they're showing up. So this is where we're getting into a higher sentient consciousness that's interacting with a lot of us on a regular basis. Pretty regular. Here we go again, man. So I think we're going to do some live mirroring here. I'm just going to take some screenshots for this live here coming up. Now, the different geometric shapes and designs, I guess, are for purpose, from showing certain things to certain people, but they all have a meaning. I mean, what we see in the sky looks like chaos, organized chaos, I like to say. Organized chaos, but when you mirror it, it brings it together. It's like, oh my God, there's a face there. But it didn't look like a face there. That's how good their cloaking technology is. It literally looks like organized chaos. It just looks like a bunch of different, just madness going up there in the clouds, all different cloud types running into each other, going different directions even. And even when you take a picture of that madness and you mirror it, there's simplicity and balance in the facial features when you start seeing these beings in there. So it's not madness at all. It's controlled chaos. Very controlled. Oh yeah, look at this. For this one, you have to zoom in on here. But when you zoom in on here, you can see this being right here in the middle, and he's got kind of like glowing eyes. He's kind of like got a round shaped head, so it's right here. Man, this is top tier here. And he what logo does this look like? This looks like the Space Force logo. It looks like the Space Force logo. Space Force logo is a triangle, right?
Yes.
Interesting. I'm just saying, man, they know what's going on. They're coming through on a Space Force logo, but inside, normally when I see a portal, it usually looks like this, like a triangle, and they're inside of it. But like, you know, they'll do certain things to let you know it's them. But like, clearly it's a being inside of a triangle right now. This is just remarkable. It's the Space Force logo. I swear this is partially what they're trying to get your attention here. And this is what I'm seeing, the synchronicities. They'll show you logos. They'll show you patterns that you're used to seeing. Things that will trigger it. This kind of looks like the Star Trek logo, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating with this. Another one. I don't know. Holy crap, what is this thing? You can kind of see him here at the top. You can see a couple of them, actually. Wow. He's kind of got a football-shaped head. Or it looks like a heart, actually. His eyes are pretty big. There's another being inside of him. Mm-hmm.
Your screen was off for a second.
Oh, is it back on?
Yes.
Okay. Here's that other one. Now it's upside down. So you notice how this one, okay, was from the side. Now this is sometimes how they come in. Sometimes they'll come in on the side like this. So when you mirror, you have to mirror all sides because they're layered on each side. And there they are. This thing is huge. He's huge, man. He kind of has cross-eyed. But look how big his eyes are. Then there's another being inside of him. It looks like this being's in a cockpit or something. And the other being is like, I don't know. It just looks interesting. You can definitely see his face. He kind of looks like he has whiskers here.
The screen's off.
Is it?
Now it's on.
Oh, they ain't messing with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. The different layers of different beings. And the fact that he has human eyes. He almost has a hairline. Do you see that? Look at this. What is this? Right here. You can almost see his hair. And there's another being coming out of his head. But, like I said, everything is, even though you're looking at this in one direction, and it's a complete face, you flip this upside down, it's a whole nother being with the same dimensions, which make this even more multidimensional and more complicated and everything. Because you didn't change. All we did is flip the picture upside down, and now it's a whole different being. And you can see this guy down here now. So that little horn on his head, whatever that was protruding off this one being's head, is another being right here.
He's got his mouth open on the bottom.
He does. I just noticed that. Interesting. And it looks like there's a being inside of him that's like inside of some. He looks like he's smiling. He's got like a. He looks like he's smiling in here. Wow. He's got little beady eyes. Sometimes they'll do that too. If you ask them to smile or give you a sign, they'll give you a sign. And they'll do it before you even know that you're doing it. They already know you're going to ask the question sometimes. This is what blows my mind about this, is that like I'll ask a question. I'm like, hey guys, do me a peace sign or give me a smile. Let me know that you can hear me, that this is real, that you are sentient, that you're conscious. And if I, and as I'm asking the question, I'm taking pictures. Now, when I go through those pictures, tell me why they already did what I asked them in the pictures I took when I mirrored it. So they already knew I was going to ask that question, and they already did it as I was asking it. So when I'm going through my pictures and mirroring them, they're smiling, giving me the peace sign, doing all types of stuff. I blew my mind. I was like, okay, they can hear you. They're actively listening. And I didn't know what to say from that. I didn't know how to react. Okay, let's see here. Let's get into some live mirroring here. Let's find some pictures to mirror here. So she's been, Darcy's been posting some good pictures on here of some good stuff. Maybe we'll take some from hers. She's been getting some good stuff in here. We'll find something good up here. This is from the other night. And you can see here, there's a whole being in the Aurora. So this always make me feel like this is not just HARP doing this, but they have some kind of control because they're literally, these beings are light. So since they're light, they can kind of hop into different things. And you can kind of see them in here. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Here's the original. Let's see here. Let's go find. And if you guys have any pictures that you want me to mirror, guys, be sure to just DM me. if you do, I'll check my DMs and you can, yeah, if you do have pictures, just DM them to me and I'll try my best to mirror them for you, or at least show you how. This one's wild. Maybe we'll do this one. I'll just forward this photo. We'll maybe do that one. Okay. All right, so going into this, when we go to mirror, right, it depends on what you got to look for, what you want to mirror, how you're going to mirror in different things, what you're looking for to mirror, because there's so much going on in our skies. Oh, this one's going to be good. Okay, let's do this one. Is it still up, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so we're in the mirroring app. This is the original photo. Now, notice when you take these photos, it's best to get it like find a sweet spot of where they're all sitting at, because sometimes people will point in a long direction, or they're pointing in a direction where clouds are far away, and you don't get that much out of the pictures unless you change the contrast and saturation to see them etherically. But if you're trying to catch them in the clouds, you got to know what to kind of look for. The clouds like this, where they're breaking up, you got different things going on, are perfect specimens to try to capture them. And they know that you're looking. They know that you're taking a picture of them. So it's not like you're sneaking up on them. They're purposely doing this. And we're going to start by mirroring it to the middle here. Okay, so I'm going to move this down. There. So to the middle, when we mirrored it right to the left, we start to the left here. Now you have a whole bunch of a whole bunch of beings connecting. And in that original picture, coming back over, you can kind of see them here, but we're going to slide the bar across, try to match faces of what we can find. And there's one right here. So this thing right here that we thought wasn't an eyeball is actually an eyeball to another being. That's why you have a face. But they like to just sit there and hide in plain sight. And it's actually two eyeballs, two sets of eyes. So we go back. And we're going to do it again. This one here. And this looks like a whole dragon here. Jeez. And sometimes I like to do is I'll flip my phone upside down too, and I'll mirror it upside down. I'll show you why, because then that way it saves time. So when you're coming over to actually edit and go through these, you don't have to keep flipping your pictures around. But okay, so we have that there, and if we open it up a little bit, looks like a little got weird eyes here. Oh wow. Upside down too, he's nice. Okay, so we're getting some good ones off of this. I'm pretty sure these Aurora pictures that people have, they have tons of beings in there. Like Sky Event, it's a massive Sky Event. And they were all in that Aurora that happened the other day. And I would love to get some pictures of that. More pictures of the Aurora here on different types to see what's in here. Okay, so now we're going from top, mirroring from top to bottom, and sliding it this way. So when we do that, we'll start over here. See, you notice when you go all the way to the right of the screen, the beans get more simpler, smaller, but they're still there. But we're gonna have to adjust the saturation. But as we get to where all the clouds are, all the different geometric shapes start taking hold, and now you start really seeing them. So as we go to the left, we'll probably get more action here, and I'm pretty much thinking it's going to be better seeing them going from the bottom.
Flip it, turn it the other way. I see a whole bunch if you flip it right side up.
You talking about going back here? Oh, right here. Yeah, I do see them.
See if you could turn it facing, like flip it left, standing up the other way.
Flipping my phone, and then when I go to edit these in Telegram, because Telegram's got a great editor, guys. This editor in Telegram is, and then you can flip the picture. So I'll show you what I mean. So like here, this one here, look how big this guy's face is. Huge. And if I bring it in together like that, you can kind of see him. And see, look, now with it gone, you can kind of see him halfway there. But when you bring it together here, now you can kind of really see him. And it looks like there's a little cat in the middle. So maybe we'll capture that one. And, here. This one, too. Did you see this guy in the middle? Oh, man, this is nuts. Okay, and if you flip it upside down, okay, here, too. So, boom. Okay, they're all upside down, too. So, can't forget them. We got this one. So here. And here. Okay, so let's go check this out here. Oh, and just for shiggles, even if you did the 4-way mirroring, so if you mirrored it in all directions, you can pull out something. But let's go back to Telegram. Okay, so we pulled out from this original photo. Okay. I always like to show the original photo first in the videos, just to show everyone that we just pulled out all these different beings from one photo. So this just tells you how layered and how many beings there are in our skies right now. I'm going to enhance it with the editor. Here, we're going to play with the saturation. Some people love to play with it. There's different styles. Some people will put the saturation up. I like to keep it kind of mid here so you can see still the different colors. All right, and then we go into the actual mirroring from the right to left. And now when you enhance it, you start to see all the features of them coming in. Now this one, holy. Okay, this one might be one that's, oh, there it is. Now this is one of those pictures where you can actually go both ways. Because you have it like this, but then you can flip it like this, and it's still another being. So it doesn't matter. This is why I say when someone says, "Hey, I see a dragon," or I'm seeing a snake or a dog being, and they probably are, because everybody's seeing it from a different angle, and because you're seeing it from a different perspective, you're probably seeing just that one being. Hence why you're not wrong, and everybody's point is valid, what they're seeing. And they're seeing multiple beings. So it could be a dog, snake, dragon, cat thing. And it's because it's all of them. It's all of them at once, which is the remarkable part. So it's the definition of oneness when you have all these different metaterrestrial beings working together to create an image. They're everything and everything all at the same time. So, okay. Now you have faces. Now we're starting to have more humanoid faces in here. This guy has a nose, eyes, mouth. And then the overall being a dragon.
They're laughing at us.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah.
And you see, and then if you look at it, he looks kind of like a dragon. But then if you look at the face in the middle, he's got two eyes. His eyes, he kind of blends in here. Because there's multiple faces in here. But if you look, there's a face in the middle. He's got high cheekbones. He's smiling. He's got a little, you know what I'm saying? Like,
He looks like John Q right there.
Oh, you're funny. Oh, man.
Ooh, a squirrel.
You see a squirrel in here?
Yeah, with
Oh, yeah.
ears. Like a rabbit squirrel.
Yeah, I do. Now, if I flip this upside down, it does have some other shape and other beings. But, wow, it has the one being with the beady eyes at the bottom, I see. But I like it this way. You can actually see, you can see the beings in the trees. Look at this. So they're actually in the trees. That's why I like it like that, because it gives you a highlight view of that they're in everything. Here's another one. Now this one, I think what we're gonna do. Well, maybe we'll keep it like that. We can let's actually turn it around. What do you see now?
Ooh.
It
Angry.
looks, yeah, it kind of. I mean, some people it looks angry. I mean, you gotta imagine now. Some of these beings don't have, they are like insectoids, so they can't smile. Their face just looks like they're mad, but that doesn't necessarily make them evil. And look at the texture, the colors that are coming in, and what beings are with them. So if you see Lyran beings, if you see Andromedans, if you see Octurian beings with insectoids, then that obviously means something, because they're not going to just be hanging out with evil beings up there. They're not going to be all working together with some evil beings. So if they look evil and they're hanging about with a bunch of good beings, then obviously the evil ones are good, but they just have resting alien face or something. they can't they can't move them, their face muscles to make an expression. Some of them, some can, but I do get it, because some of these beings don't look pleasant. Okay, wow, this one's okay. So this one's one of those things where you can go either direction. So um you can go left or turn around and go to the other side. Either or. So if we flipped it, there you go. It looks like this guy's wearing a helmet. He's got like some kind of diamond in the middle of his head. We'll just go with this side here. Still seeing from this one picture here. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. This one's definitely flipping over. Now you can really see the eyes. So we're going to enhance this. Maybe we'll change the saturation, and we'll take the highlights down a little bit and the shadows down. He's got big eyes, man. Wow. Same here. This is another one. We're going to change this, flip this around. Okay. And we'll just do this here. Maybe add a little bit of saturation to it. Now you can kind of see he has human eyes. He almost looks like a cat. I want to say that he does look like a cat to me. You just have to play with the saturation, the different colors. But they come out in full force with everything that you see on here. Okay, here's another one. Now we mirrored this all the way to the right now. This is the one that I told you, like it gets, as you're mirroring some of your pictures and you go over to the right of your pictures to the left, some of the beings that are bigger now get shrunk or miniaturized in their features. And you can kind of see a cat being here at the top and another being here. And if you flip this upside down, vice versa. Actually, if I flip this upside down, you see a cat being here, but if I did this, okay, now you see a being smiling here with his hands up. He's actually clutching his hands. It looks like he's clutching his hand. He's got his hands in a fist at the bottom. Actually, he does. He has his hands in a fist. Wait, hold on. Let me bring this out. There, can you see him now? So, this guy.
What about the one in the middle? His eyes are lit up, white lights.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
Yep.
him.
And then you have an insectoid here, or a
Yep.
bird being. He's got like a beak or something. Big eyelashes. He's got a beak, but then they got the being lit up in the middle, and then you have this guy clutching his fists. This guy here. It looks like he's wearing a hat and he's clutching his fists. Got both fists clutched in the air, like. So yeah, like I said, they respond to us consciously when we ask them to, and a lot of the times they do it before we even, as we're asking the question, we don't even know that we have the answer to the question we ask as soon as we're asking it, because these beings defy space and time. There's no time. Time doesn't exist for them. So they're living in the past, present, and future all at once. And I wanted to go through also real fast too, before we get on this here, in the surprise live here. Let's see. There's another one. So we mirrored this to the right. We're just going to enhance this a little bit. This is pretty fascinating. And then, like you see again, you see all of them stacked into each other, totem pole style. Look, they like to come in. And I'm pretty sure if we flip this around, which, yeah, we probably might have to do, we'll probably see something a little bit clearer. Even though you can see some faces in here now, we did it this way. Now it looks like there's another dude clutching his fist in the middle. And he's standing on top of another being with he just looks kind of weird. And another being wearing a helmet. But you have this guy clutching his fist as well. Wow, we're going to keep it on this. Okay, so we're going to enhance this here. This is why I like to do it on this. Usually that way I can go back and forth on the editor. And Telegram's got a great editor, so you can kind of go through them. And holy crap, this one's nuts. I don't even know which side to do it on. They're so layered in this that you can flip it around on both sides and they're in both. I don't know. Okay. All right, let's do it on this one. So here, because it's kind of, when they come in like this where you don't know which side to flip it on, sometimes you have to do both, but there you go. You can kind of see him at the bottom with his white eyebrows. Do you see him, Kathy?
Yes. Looks like a happy rabbit.
Yeah. Hello.
What's up, Pete?
Look at the
Hello.
cat on the bottom in the middle.
Yeah, it does look like a rabbit.
With his mouth open.
Mm. Yeah, that is a cat. So if I flip this upside down, it looks like a bird. So if you did it this way, now what are you seeing? Now you can see that rabbit you're talking about. But it also looks like a bird in the middle. And then there's like a lion at the top. You see the cat at the top now? Now
Look at
that
his
face,
big beak.
yeah. It looks like a cat. Maybe we'll keep this one like this. But this is one of those pictures where it doesn't matter which way you flip it. There's multiple beings in it. You have the guy with the eyebrows on the one part, but then now it's a cat with the glowing eyes, the top with a bird with a beak in the middle, or it looks like a trunk, or it could be like an aardvark or an owl. It looked like an owl, actually.
Yep.
this is off of one picture. So imagine how many beings there actually is and what they're actually doing. Okay, here's another one. Now I have to bring this in a little bit. Okay. Now this one can get a little weird because he kind of looks kind of distorted here. Maybe I didn't bring it in all the way, mirroring it. I don't think I did. But he's in there. Okay, here's that other one. So here, I'm gonna leave this other one like this so you can really see this other being with the eyebrows. And I'm gonna brighten it so you can see him. I'm gonna make it so it's and all the other stuff going on, but now you can really see him. You can see him from a distance here in the bottom. If I zoom in, you can really see him. But we'll keep it like that so that way you can kind of really see him there. And now you can see there's a being with white eyebrows, or it looks like he's got white eyebrows. Kind of looks like a cat a little bit, but he's got really wide features. Then there's another cat. There's a lot going on in this picture. I mean, just alone, there's another being at the top too. I didn't even notice this guy right here, not including this thing, but this guy here is a whole being in itself with another little guy in the middle. So zooming in on it, you can kind of see him. But man, this is wild. Okay. And here's that one you told me to go back to, Kathy, here. And I did. So we kind of see him. And it looks like, what in the world? Okay, this is one of those pictures where, again, it can be either or. So you can have this being going this way, where it looks like he's just standing there, and he's got like a square head type of deal with another being at the top. It looks like a cat. Or it looks like a cat and another alien combined. Because you got like this weird shaped head, but you can see the cat ears. So if if I did this, you can see this. Okay. But zooming in, you can see this other being here with glowing eyes right here. So like the being that's inside of the cat is another being with pointy ears and glowing eyes. And then you have the cat that's smiling. So that being is actually the cat's mouth. That's how this is how scientific and symmetrically balanced this is. Every being has a part to play in the formation of another being. So if that being is not is the weak link, that being's image is messed up. So they all have a working part, integral part with this. This is what makes this so multidimensional. It's like, wow, it's like his face is literally the mouth of another being. Now flipping this, this is going to change. And let me just explain this. Once people realize what this actually is, this changes the paradigm. This right here, these beings, what we're actually looking at, guys, will change the paradigm of our reality instantly. Our reality's changed. Because now you're saying the higher consciousness is actually on the planet assisting people. That changes everything. Everything we know is just changed. You know what I mean? Like, wars is going to stop. Like, racism's over with. Now we're not the only ones in the universe. Those questions are all answered now. people are starting to, you know, they once they start taking notice of this changes the paradigm. This shifts the timeline completely to this free Earth, this new 5D Earth. Instantly, once everybody starts taking notice of this. So that's why it's important that I'm showing you guys this, and other people will know this and they can mirror themselves, because the more people that know about this, the faster our timeline shifts, because we are co-creators of our reality. And if we're co-creators of our reality and we are creating this reality of this happening, this changes the reality paradigm completely that we were living in. Like completely overhaul. Instant overhaul. They have to come out and disclose everything. Once they find out these metaterrestrial beings are in our skies, everything gets disclosed. This is a major, if you want to say this in the old days, this is a major breach of national security. Well, they already done crossed that. They're already reaching individuals on a regular basis now. So once this gets out, expect the paradigm shift, timeline shift, expect that disclosure alarm to go off. This is changing everything. It's changing everything. 100%. Because right now they're arguing in Congress about UAPs. They're not even talking about the metaterrestrials. They're just talking about the crafts. They don't even know that beings exist right now. Now, people are mainly looking for flesh and blood ETs, which do exist. They're like you and I. They can walk around. We can shake their hand, give them a high five. Some of them sweat like us. But then you're talking about the metaterrestrials, the ones that defy space and time, the ones that are around 24/7, that we can't see in this light spectrum. But we literally have to use our technology like this to see them. Once that comes out, that they exist, that changes the paradigm. Because now you're talking about a higher consciousness. You're talking about source, that there is a God, and there is an activation connecting to us, that there is an angelic presence here. This ends all wars. This kind of merges in all religions. It stops all the fighting. Now it's not about the human race. It's not about us fighting each other. It's about us now coming together collectively as the human race, because we're not the only ones in town. That's part of my intent of actively doing this, is to unify everything. Because the quicker we change this timeline, the quicker this movie ends. And I'm enjoying the movie, but don't you want the world? Don't you want ready for the 5D Earth? Aren't you ready to live free? You're ready to get your liberties back, to live sovereign, to not have to deal with no bull crap, and to truly live how you're supposed to live, because they've been holding us back for centuries on how we're supposed to be living. Part of that is them trying to kill us, but we'll save that for another live, because you guys already know. If you're awake in here, you already know what's going on. So this is an ultimate changing of the paradigm, because we're right now living in a reality that these beings exist, that source is already here, that we are the return of the Christ consciousness. Hence that we're awake interacting with these beings. Our DNA is activated to see them. And some of these beings are our loved ones that pass. I found that out too. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so we're going to go through this set here. Maybe we'll do one more set. Here we do a live on TikTok. Maybe do that here. Interesting. So now we're at 20 pictures off of one photo, guys. So if you take a good photo of, the clouds, you can pull out 50 to 100 individualized pictures of different beings. If you go through the whole picture, like I usually do, you'll pull out different beings. That's how layered and how many beings are around us. So there's literally hundreds of angels, hundreds of galactics around us on a regular basis. This is still off of one photo. Now, did I do this the last time? What did I do? Okay. Yeah, now this guy has slit eyes. I'm going to enhance this just to show you. Like a cat. Now, if I flip it the other way around, it would kind of look kind of weird. And actually, he would look more like a dog if I flipped it upside down. I'm going to keep it this way because I think this is how he's actually got his hands up. Do you see this? Wow. So he's got his hands up, this being, and he looks like he's trying to give you a hug. Look at this. This is his hands. So this is his hands right here. For people that don't see it, his little arms. He got little stubby arms. And he looks like he's trying to give you a hug right now. It looks like he's wearing a crown, but actually another being. But that's wild. That's just blows my mind when I see this. Because you ask for certain signs, and here you go. You want them to give you a hug, they're giving you a hug. You want them to give you the peace sign, and they're doing it. So he's got his arms up like he wants to get a hug. I think he's a cat, for sure, because he's got the cat eyes. He looks like a cat. Kind of looks human. I mean, you have this being in the middle, but that's a lot of beings coming together. And then you have this being at the top. It looks kind of like a dragon. Oh, there's another one at the top. Interesting. So we're on number 21. Okay. Still number 21 here. And, oh, wow. So this one's going to be this way. So now we're going to flip it this way. So now you can kind of see that they're faded. It's like a lightly in the clouds here. We're going to darken it out. You can really see, it looks like a female. And if I do this, so if I change the contrast, change the shadows down a little bit, the highlights, bring down the exposure up a little bit, bring this down. There you go. It looks like she's wearing a crown. And then the crown is also another being. It's 21 photos. And I wanted to also, before we really get into this, what's up, SMA? Let's see here. Okay. And I wanted to get into this too real fast while I'm getting ready to charge this up. Put my phone in here. So there's a density chart that I really wanted to look at. Maybe I should bring this back here. There we go. So I also wanted to take notice of this chart because people were seeing all different colors on the auroras the other night. And I wanted to just highlight that each color has a different representation of different densities. So some people were seeing density 15, which is source, universal beneath the earth density. Then you have density 14. You have density 13, 12, which is the crystalline structure, 11, 10, and all these different colors representing the different chakra points, also representing different densities. So some of these colors coming in the other day were 7th, 8th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th density. source consciousness coming in. On this color chart. And you have the base root chakras, the different chakra colors, too, that coordinate with that. Notice how chakra 4, the heart chakra, is also 4th density, which is green. But then you have the blues. We're seeing purples, oranges, the grays color. So the gray is actually a chakra color, and it's 9th density. Blue, dark blue, which is 10th density. Then you have black, which is 11th density color. 12th density is literally white or clear crystalline. So that's the sun. The sun coming in. Us seeing it, Earth star, which is the sunlight. And then you have the 3 flames of the universe. You have the emerald, the gold ray, and the green, the emerald, the gold, and the indigo flames, which is 13th, 14th, and 15th, all which was represented in that geomagnetic storm. So just to put that into the mix when you're thinking about, okay, consciousness and the colors, the different color spectrums that we're seeing, because there's multiple different things going on here. When we have all these different color spectrums coming in. So a lot of us are seeing different beings from, and I'll show you an example, from higher realms the other day. And look at these colors. Look at this. You got greens, purples. Now you can relate that to geomagnetic activity, I know. But if you correlate that to the density chart, some of these beings in this are coming from 15th, 16th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th density. And mirroring this proves that you're seeing something there. Look at, you have a full being in here. Purples, greens. Some of them are 4th density. Some of them are coming in from higher realms, representing of the different colors that they're coming in. Color is very important, just like frequency and vibration is very important. And the different light spectrums we don't see are just as important. So, just food for thought when you're looking at them or when you're seeing stuff. You can correlate it with the chart there. All right. Let's see here if we have any by sending anything here. You. Oh. Okay. All right. So yeah, changing the paradigm is key. For my intentions on this, I'm hoping that it helps, and I'll try to go live more and do these breakdowns more often. And if you guys have any pictures that you want to share, don't hesitate to send them over. I'm also going to do a live on TikTok tonight, probably within the next hour. I got to break down some of this footage and stuff for there. So if you want to join later on, we're going to do another round of different pictures and different beings, and maybe have some people come up and share their images. What's going on, SMA? Dad Brad, I'm going to stop the recording here, but if you guys have any questions, you're free to ask while we're on this live here.